It's another Sunday. Welcome to Osun in Progress, a weekly program that showcases activities and achievements of Governor Gboyega Oyetola in the state of the virtuous. My name is Rafael Hamid. Our focus this week is on the Ministry of Environment and Sanitation under the leadership of Shola Oladipo. He will be speaking on the achievements of the ministry in the last 17 months. Before then, let's look at the activities of the state governments for the week. The week started with the visit of the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, to the governor, Adegboyega Oyetola. On arrival at the government house, Okefia in Osogbo, he was received by the governor, his wife, Kafayat Oyetola, and some members of his cabinet. Chief Olusegun Obasanjo said he was coming from Okuku, where he went to congratulate Prince Olagunsoye Oyinola on his 66th birthday celebration. He, however, declined to speak to journalists. He was presented with gifts by the state governor. On Sunday, the second edition of Fireside Chat program was held in Osogbo. It's the initiative of the Office of the Chief Press Secretary of the Governor, Ismail Onigbida, aimed at curtailing the spread of fake news through civic engagement and enlightenment on government policies and programs. Youths in the state are the targets. The State Commissioner for Education, Foloran Shobami, and the Special Advisor to the Governor on Education, Jamiu Olawumi, were the guests. They said the reform in the education sector is in the best interest of the teeming population of the state. They also gave an update on teachers' recruitment exercise in the state. On Monday, Osun State government threatened to arrest and prosecute anyone found engaging in illicit sale of registration forms of Corporate Affairs Commission in the name of the state government. The State Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperatives and Investment, Bode Olaonipekun, dispelled the rumor that government is selling the forms.
The forms given out were given out free of charge to all those that are beneficiaries. However, we have discovered that some people are making colored photocopies of this form and selling to the unsuspecting populace of the state at 200 naira each. We want to make it clear that anyone that purchases such forms is doing that at his or her own risk, because one, they will not be able to submit that form.
On Tuesday, the State Security Council meeting was held at the Government House in Osogbo. Emerging from the meeting, which lasted for 2 hours, the State Commissioner of Police, who led heads of other security agencies, promised that there will be more synergy among them.
We are lucky in this state. It's about one of the most peaceful states, relatively speaking. We consider what is happening all around us. You know that kidnapping is at the lowest ebb, is very, very low here, as well as other crime and criminalities. It's not as if all these problems are not rearing their heads, but due to the combined efforts of every one of us here, as well as the assistance of the government. The criminals should know that this is not a place, this state is not a place where crime could fester. It's not a place where they can hibernate and commit crime. We are all out, as we have been, to completely erase all these criminal acts. My advice to them is either they get out of this state or they repent.
Same day, the civic engagement program of the state government was held in Ifeorolu. As usual, residents had the opportunity to interact with the state government on their demands. They also used the opportunity to commend the governor, Gboyega Oyetola, for his giant stride in different sectors.
So we still need mechanic village. because as we are hanging around to do our work, it's not good at all. It's not good at all. If we are in mechanic village and every social amenities were provided here, it will improve our work. This is the ruling APC party, and the party is loved by everybody. You see the crowd here. A lot of our people working on at the grassroots are here. Alasho, Elepo, Alata, carpenter, furniture, aluminium, radionic, they are all here. So this one is different from what they are hearing from the radio. It's a physical something to know that the government of the day is working.
A ní ìdí kí wọ́n gba àwọn ọmọ wa ṣiṣẹ́ kí ìjọba sì bá wa rí wípé wọ́n mú omi ẹ̀rọ wá déédéé ìjọba lè máa pa owó sí inú àpò wọn dáadáa láti máa fi lè gbé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun ga.
Now that we need school in our environment, and secondly we need we have good road, bad road in our environment here. The road is not even good at all. We lack good road in our environment, and we need water in our environment.
Road, some other infrastructures. People are happy to be here to listen to the message sent by the governor to the people of Orolu, that what he has been doing, how far has the governor performed in Orolu, and what other good things we are looking for as a community in the land. So people are very happy, they are excited, they are listening now.
On Wednesday, Osun State government expressed commitment to effectively manage our resources and the extant challenges being faced on mining sites and the affected host communities. The state governor, Gboyega Oyetola, stated this during the inauguration of the Osun Mineral Resources and Environmental Management Committee at the government secretariat in Osogbo. The inauguration, according to the governor, is in line with the Nigeria Mineral Act 2007, which empowers the committee to oversee the regulation of the entire mining operations in the state.
The inauguration of Osun Miracle today is a step towards sanitizing the state's resource climate and resolving the extant challenges being faced on the mining sites and the affected communities. In achieving these tasks and ultimately setting Osun to be part of effective resource management, we have assembled men and women of character, relevant skills and experience. Without any doubt whatsoever, the tasks before you as members of this committee are onerous and sensitive as they are related to the security and welfare of Osun people, which the Nigerian Constitution says are the primary purpose of government. I charge you to carry out your responsibilities, which is a call to duty, with the highest sense of purpose, responsibility, and efficiency. I implore you as experienced professionals and leaders to employ peace, management, conflict resolution, and diplomatic skills and competencies to manage the thorny issues arising from mineral exploitation.
Mr. Governor, the joined-up effect of all of this is to ease social tension in the state, a state that has a weak capacity to handle influx of a lot of miners from different parts of the country.
The task ahead of us as the committee is to change the narratives from this lamentation and looming chaos to a smooth, productive, and harmonious relationship.
On Thursday, the state deputy governor, Gboyega ALABI, promised that Osun State will implement financial autonomy for the judiciary. He stated this while addressing members of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, BOSUN, and the Parliamentary Staff Union of Nigeria, who staged a peaceful protest to the state secretariat in Abiri.
So, the state of Osun is committed to implement whatever decision taken on this autonomy of the judiciary, workers, and their environments. So be sure that as we are working it out, we will abide by it. We don't have any problem in implementing what the law of the state says.
Critical unity.
Same day, the train of the civic engagement team of the state government was in Ejigbo, the headquarters of Ejigbo local government. At the event, the administration of Governor Gboyega Oyetola was lauded for the completion of Ediara Ejigbo Road, Ejigbo General Hospital and the revitalization of a number of primary healthcare centers. They also thanked the governor for embarking on various road projects in the town, urging him to do more.
Major thing we face as a challenge in Ejigbo today is electricity, because without electricity, virtually nothing can work. Even if you are talking of industry, the artisans and their group, without electricity, nothing can work. The next should be the bank, because without a bank, you are insecure. Many of our people have to travel to neighboring towns, even up to Osogbo, even before they can bank and before they can draw cash for their use. This is very risky and is much unexpected of a town like Ejigbo. For the government to excel, to be able to do more for the states, we need to pay our taxes. If we are not paying taxes, where do we expect the government to get the fund? The government has a limited funds, but if we all contribute, even if it is a token in a year, it's going to go a long way and make us a community with a lot of resources, and that could encourage even the government to do more.
ṣùgbọ́n o torí wípé ìjọba yìí ń ṣe dáadáa ni o tọ́ba tó kù díẹ̀ káàtó jọ́ mi á tún lè lọ lẹ́bù mí o. ètò jẹ wá lógún jù ni pé kí ni ìlú wa ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ pàtàkì nù tọ́ba jẹ́ pé ọ̀wọ́ tá a rí ibi eléyìí ni ó ti tó torí bàbá ní ká dáwó láti Èjìgbò dábì jẹ ànídàrú owó tí ẹ fi sọ̀dọ̀ Èjìgbò tẹ́lẹ̀.
Ejigbo requires attention. We want government to pay attention to us. We want a government to do a lot of things for us. But firstly, we have to thank the governor for what he has really done. Governor has really impressed us. Governor has done, what I can say, too much for us. The most important thing is Ejigbo Road.
Olatunbosun OYITILOYE, who led the civic engagement team, said their demands will be taken into consideration by the governor.
He was a Democrat to the core. He was a nationalist without question. He was never apologetic about the Yoruba agenda, but he was also not a secessionist.
24 days ago, Yinka ODUMAKIN was still speaking for Afenifere, speaking for Yoruba, speaking for Nigeria, making intervention, even those that are in diaspora. But I want to assure everyone that his ideas and legacies will continue to live forever.
He was later interred at his private residence. The Ministry of Environment and Sanitation in Osun State has made landmark achievements since the governor came on board in 2018. The commissioner in the ministry, Shola Oladepo, said the achievements were recorded due to support and cooperation of residents.
At the COVID period, we were able to respond very well to all the cases that came up. We responded, did fumigation, decontaminations, and moved around the whole state, schools, hospitals, everything. In addition, the governor had actually approved during the COVID or within this COVID period that we buy the incinerators for the hospitals for the disposal of earth waste. Earth waste, like we have in this COVID thing, the way it's been disposed of before then is just to come and cut away and dump in the natural dumping site. But with what we have now, medical waste cannot be discarded or disposed of just like ordinary waste. It has to be taken to the incinerator. We have the 45 kg, we have the 20 kg, and 115 kg spread across the state. Major one in Sashubiaro. And I think Ife also, as a university, they have an incinerator too. But most of these there's a law to compel all all hospitals and medical centers to make sure that their waste are being disposed of through this channel.
The state has not witnessed serious flooding in the last 2 years, and this is due to measures put in place by the government.
In the flood and the erosion control, this flooding and all sort of things, since we came, thank God, we haven't had any serious case of flooding. We've been able to deset most rivers and streams, and we keep tapping on them to ensure that whatever is necessary to be done before the rain comes in, we do. We deseted the whole of the Osun River, down to Ede axis, from Kajola down to Osun, Osogbo, Bodofon, then to Ede. Then, the whole streams in around, they end up discharging to Osun River. So, but what we do is just to make sure we go to those places and trace their inflow and make sure we clear the waterways. We've done a lot. We're at Okejetu by St. Charles. There's a cover there, boss cover there. It's supposed to be a stream. It has never been dredged before, but last year we went there on the instruction of Mr. Governor. We dredged it, and you see big these bamboo trees inside it that has been a major block. So if rain fell there before, what they will do is to overflow and take over the whole road. But we've channeled it, and the thing flows very well now, and hence up, to River Osun behind Okejetu and flow down. So then we've done so many rivers in and out. Ife, we did a lot. Okpa Dam, we have done, Okpa River, we have done. The dam that the University of Ife is using, we've done it also, and the flow is there. And we joined in with the one that the federal government did through the ecological office to channel from Sabo down to Road 7, down to the university. So many of them, Ilesha we did, Ikirun we did, all over. The erosion problem we have at Otayegbaju was attended to, and is still in the budget for this year that we're going to take charge of it too.
He also speaks on steps taken to ensure protection of forests in the states.
We're supposed to, delineate the place and do the demarcation and get all the, these species that are supposed to constitute ecosystem there. They've been driven away by the farmers and all these things. So but we are trying to return it back. What we plan to do is to realign the 30 square mile to its rightful place, and whatever improvement they have done, we get it back and do some delineation to allow the ecosystem to take off and be in place. And maybe we'll then be able to access the United Nations Fund for that. So, and also the federal government is not relenting. They train everything to do to help us to improve on the forest reserves. They are planning to give us more tree seedlings from the free in Ibadan. Then give us support on security of the forest reserves. More so now that these herdsmen and all these hoodlums, like kidnappers, that they use the forest reserves as a hidden place for them to perpetrate the atrocities. So all these ones, we are getting the cooperation of the federal government, especially the Ministry of Environment, and we are looking up to the Ecological Fund Office to also support us in some of these things. The watershed program, where we used to have the overflow of the banks in the past. We are doing some watershed program, like planting trees by the banks to enable them to be taproot, and that the overflow will not always take place. With the Environment Day of last year, June 5 last year, we were able to do the sample at the Bodo Farm there. And by the grace of God today, those trees have grown up and they have come up fine. And that will be a stop to the spillover of the river bank from River Osun to Golua.
Shola Oladipo said government's proactive measure led to reduction in the spread of COVID-19 in public places and the state.
During COVID-19, we did so many fumigations all around, all schools. We had about 5,000 schools, private schools decontaminated. The public schools, all public schools in Osun were discontaminated. Hotels were decontaminated. Churches, mosques were decontaminated. So there is not about one particular, across the whole Osun, we moved from one local government to the other and did it very well. And we had no complaint.
That's the size of our package for today. Join us next Sunday, same time, for another edition of Osun in Progress. On behalf of the coordinator, who doubles as the State Commissioner for Information and Civic Orientation, Funke Egbemade, and the entire production crew, my name is Rafiu Hamid saying, do have a great week ahead.